Forgive my appearance. It is off day today, and I have spent 2 hours rewriting this monologue. Not a seed, not a whole entire play, just a monologue. And I want to say it out loud because I feel such a strong connection to it. Here we go. This is exciting. I am going to kill your father. I have no choice. I was playing a song for him. Our song. Do you remember how it goes? I began to sing about that day on the mountain. The Israelites to the north and Philistines in the south. The beautifully sacred valley of Elah. The thickness in the air. I had heard stories of the giant they said was so massive he blocked the sun. Was the sun even out that day? I met with King Saul earlier that day and told him I would fight the giant. He looked at me as if I said I had two heads. Goliath asked for Israel's mightiest hero, not some shepherd boy. I am no boy, your majesty. I am a man who has defended my flock against lions and bears for years. I can tear down a man. You may turn me away, but has anyone else come forward? The Lord has saved me from the paw of a lion and the claw of a bear. I think I can handle a Philistine. He insisted I wear an armor that would ensure my safety. I told King Saul, I cannot wear this, for I have not proved it. I chose instead my staff and sling. As I walked down the mountainside to meet Goliath in the center of the battlefield, he roared, Am I a dog that you would come to me with sticks? No one told me how humorous he was. How idiotic. He was not some colossal entity. He was large, but misshapen, as if he was stretched vertically. He squinted at me and threw slurs, hoping to draw me closer. I was a fool, but I wasn't afraid. Everything became bright, and a picture was painted of what I must do. There wasn't a moment of doubt when I stopped walking and threw my staff down. I smiled as he began to taunt my size. I was not afraid to die. I would not run as so many had. I felt that even if I died, there would be someone to tear him down, for he was just a man. I looked down and searched for the biggest rock I could find. This would do. I placed it in my sling and channeled everything in my body to fire this rock at this giant and tear him down. Just one shot. I had never missed before. I'd hit a bird while in motion. I didn't miss now. When he fell, the weight of his body crashed into the ground, threw me to the earth. When my breath finally came back to my body, awareness came to me. Goliath was unconscious, but he was not yet defeated. My wits left me when I first stepped onto Elah. I ran towards this giant, grabbed his sword, and cut off his head. That's when I became conscious of what I had just done. I became nauseous and lightheaded, and I fell. Did you know that for a butterfly, a second can feel like hours? It felt like I had been fighting Goliath for days. Panic rose in my body because I knew I had just killed a man. In the most vicious way. Voices in my head. What are you doing? You're the monster. You took away someone's son. I reached my hand to the heavens and saw blood. I thought perhaps I had been injured. I began to sit up and saw you running to me. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me you. You brought me you. When you reached me, oh God, the look on your face, you looked worried. The rest of the Israelite army followed you and were chanting victory. I focused on the light you brought. You took off your golden robes and stood before me naked. You said, "Put on my clothes. These are clothes fit for a king. If I am a king, then you are a God." Jonathan, I have to tell you something. Before I kill your father, I have to confess. Your father threw his spear at me. His aim wasn't strong. That was the first time your father tried to kill me. Jonathan, why did you believe in me? All the soldiers had their doubts and placed their bets on the fool who was sure to die. The fool who dared try to defeat this Goliath. Now I am the fool who dares kill a king. I am no fool. I am a man who knows too well what it's like to be hungry. I am a man who has snapped a wolf's neck with his hands. I am a man who loves. What if I fall? Why do we fall? I am a shepherd boy, and I am human, but I can die. Your father is king, but he is also human, and he will die. I will not sleep tonight, a coward. When I fought Goliath, it was for the people of Israel. Now these people have turned their backs on me, and I only have you. Jonathan, I have to own this truth. I don't love my wife. Husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. We haven't consummated our marriage. Can I even call her wife then? To embrace someone that you know doesn't belong to you. I feel a love but dare not speak a name. What do you do when you feel torn between your duties, your faith, and your purpose? I seek comfort and reassurance. Am I doing the right thing? Trying to kill King Saul? Would you hate me? I can live with the title of murderer. I've killed before, but not to see your face. I wait for your letters. I travel myself to our spot and dig into the earth, searching for your note. I found grace in your eyes. Jonathan, I must go. When the sun rises, we march into battle. But before I do, let me declare how much I thank you. Thank you for your faith. Your friendship is more than brotherly. Have you ever counted the seconds while you're with someone? You hate time because you never want that moment to end. You wish you could stay awake forever. Infinity isn't enough, and heaven can wait. If I succeed in killing your father and this country accepts me as their king, what will happen to us? Will you curse my name? Will you continue our song? Jonathan, we share a common pain. Jonathan, I have this aching desire to reach out and grab you. Stroke every surface of your being and memorize the texture of your skin. Jonathan, My Jonathan, I have so much I want to tell you. But I must not act wickedly. I was a guest in your father's house, and he sought to dishonor the guest right. Tomorrow your father will die. If God must punish me for the sin I will commit, I concede. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for awareness. Thank you for my smile. I smile a little less, but it's still there. I do not know how to end this. I will see you in the prison camps, my prince, my lord, my light, my Jonathan.